Yo, what is up guys, Cypher here. Today I have this search and destroy tips and tricks video for you guys. This is going to be about how to be conservative in search and destroy. I had a bunch of requests to do, some S&D tips and tricks, not only for game battles. And, I figured that maybe I'd make a new mini-series here because I think there's 3 player types that you could be in S&D, and there's 3 player roles. There's the rusher, there's the conservative player, and then there's, the hybrid between the both. And, this video would be perfect, and I'm going to explain how to play conservative in search and destroy match. And you'll notice that here during this match, because I'm trying to match the play styles of my teammates, I'm going to be playing super conservative, really slow, and just supporting my team as they push. Because with these people I was playing, one was a rusher, the other one was kind of in between, like I said, the hybrid between rushing and playing conservative. But this is going to be a more campy conservative play style. I think every S&D team needs one of these players. My role in this match was to just watch a certain area, play very slow, do not take any risks, and this is what I did. So obviously to play conservative, you're gonna need an assault rifle, unless you're rushing up and camping in a corner. That's kind of like that would kind of been into the more hybrid role, pushing up and then playing campy. But this, you'll notice that there's one round that I do take a little risk on, and I'll talk about it when I get there. But, for the most part during this match, I was camping a corner most of the time. Not really camping a corner, but just camping and watching one area of the map while my other 2 players watched, the other areas of the map, if it's not rushing or pushing up or whatever they were doing. You notice right there I did get a nice nade kill off the start, and I was just camping a mill because I was watching the crossover to A. And that's a good thing for, if you're playing conservative, you're the conservative player of your team like I am most of the time. You're the one that's going to be watching the cutoffs, you're the one that's going to be watching the flank, you're just going to be playing slow and you're going to be supporting your team. Here you'll see, I'm pushing up on statue, I'm calling out, you see my teammate here to the right, he wants to push the A-bomb very soon, and I'm just making sure that it's clear for him. You always got to make sure, especially when you have an assault rifle and the other guy has an SMG, you're watching his cutoffs, especially when he's planting the bomb here. Notice that I have another teammate watching the middle, and I'm just be watching this way, and I'm not going to push at all. Some people like to push the opposing team when they have the bomb planted off. Here I'm going to play very slow, very conservative here. I'm just going to be watching my corners. I throw a stun, I do stun him. I did not rush him off the bat. I stayed in the head glitch, and that ties into the do not take any risks part of playing conservative in search and destroy. And you see here I head glitch once again, and I come away with the 2-piece here, and we're up 2-1, so this was a good start. You notice I did cut off the first round. We did lose that. I didn't really do anything, so I figured that it was just a waste of a round. I didn't want to make you guys watch me doing shit all the entire first round. But it's a 2-1 start, guys. And, at this point, I like to play, when I play conservative, I do like to play a little bit more aggressive once we start winning, because I like to think sometimes when you're winning a match, you have a little bit more room for error. Obviously, you want to try to avoid that at all costs, obviously. But, you can take some risks when you're winning most of the time. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but, search and destroy is about taking risks. Sometimes you have to play reckless, but, my playstyle during this map with my M8, because it's an assault rifle, obviously I'm not going to rush around, and that's why this ties into playing conservative, because you're not going to be rushing around if you're playing a more campy, laid-back playstyle. So that's why I have the M8, if you're wondering. I think I use this gun all game. The AN-94 is another good gun to have, and you'll see here that I do pick him off. And notice I could push here, but I'm just going to play super campy. It's a 1v2 situation, I believe, and basically do not take any risks when you guys are playing the support player. Conservative support player, whatever you want to call it, that's what I'm playing here. And I run back because I'm just going to be watching, the middle cutoff from my guy who's pushing. And that's the main thing. I know this isn't, obviously Search and Destroy is an MLG variant game type, but some people, a support player for, CTF or Hardpoint, support their team in a way that they kind of push slowly, but in S&D, I do think it's completely different. That's just my opinion. My job here is to just watch the cutoffs, watch the bomb sites, play super slow, and basically wait for them to come to us. And that ties into being, on the defensive side of the map. Because we have defense, naturally, the other team is going to come to you. because you're on defense, obviously, you don't have to push, you just have to watch. And the opposing team is always going to push you, and that's why it's always good to set up, camp a corner, just chill out, and wait to see how your other team does it. But, there is one thing that ties into it, playing support. Which is going to happen soon, is that when your teammates die and you're in a clutch situation, you're kind of at a disadvantage sometimes, because sometimes I like, when I'm in a clutch situation, to be flanking. It gives the opponents a surprise. But obviously when you're laid back here, laid back play style, and you're in a 1v3 or a 1v2 or even a 1v1, the other guy is probably going to think, especially if you've been playing that way the entire match, that you're probably going to be camping back. Now here was the one risk I had. My team was pushing the A-bomb site. I decided to do a little risky flank up the middle. And it paid off here. I killed this guy, and I predicted this guy. I almost turned on him. I knew he was going to come behind me. That's why I had glitched the barrel. But I kind of jumped off it a little bit because I got a little excited. I thought I was going to turn on him, but I did get a burst into him. And unfortunately, we couldn't get, or I couldn't get that kill, but we did get the round. So we're up 4-1. We're in a pretty comfortable position here. And back to when I said that there's more room for error when you're up during a match. Because I said that, and because, the people I play with know that that's a kind of mentality I have, you'll notice here that my teammates are going to be pushing a little bit more. I'm going to be camping a little bit, and they're going to be getting picked off. And, for me, when you're winning an S&D map or a match like this, I like to win as quickly as possible. I hate losing rounds. And that's why sometimes, obviously there's more room for error because you're winning. You have a round or two to, fall back on. But that goes both ways here. And I'm left in a 1v3. I almost have it. This guy unfortunately shoots me in the ass here, and he's pre-firing me around the corner. But, obviously you can take risks. But that one round that you lose because you do could cost you in the end. So, sure, there is room for error, but you still got to play smart. S&D is all about who makes the first move, in my opinion, most of the time. I'm going to say 80-85% of the time. Whoever gets first blood is mostly going to win. Because when you have a man advantage in S&D, you have to make sure you get those rounds, especially in defense. If you're on defense and you're left in a 1v2 situation, some people like to have one guy on one bomb site, the other guy on another bomb site. For me personally, I like to buddy up, and that ties into the whole playing conservative. You guys will just buddy up, let the guy plant a bomb site. If you're camping an A bomb site and he plants A, good for you guys. You guys will probably get the kill. If he camps B, it's just time to play the numbers game. You have one guy over him. And what I like to do in that situation is have one guy defuse, the other guy watch everything else. And, it works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. It's not always going to happen. It depends on, obviously I can't predict the circumstances and which situations you guys are going to be in. But obviously that helps. You have to play smart. Numbers are huge in S&D. There's strength in numbers. You guys should know that. And, you just got to play smart. And here you see on A-bomb here, I'm playing really conservative again. I'm not pushing. I'm not taking any risks. And I see this guy top brown here. I hit him with a burst. He runs away. And, at this point, I'm not really sure where they're going, because usually when one goes brown, that means the other guy is going to go A. It turns out he was kind of setting up towards B. I see a guy broken wall here. I put a burst through the wall, and here I'm in a 1v3 situation, and this is when I hate playing conservative, because notice that they know I'm in the A-bomb area, and I'm kind of boxed in. But I do pick off this guy. I could have got a kill really quickly here. Maybe this would have changed the situation that I was in. Maybe if I would have killed that guy, I would have killed the other guy. But I am in a 1v3, and you notice a couple rounds ago I almost 1v3'd it. Yeah, the same thing is going to happen here. And when it's a 1v1, it's 50-50, could go both ways. I pick off this guy here. And, because the bomb was planted facing brown and facing this wall, kinda, I thought he'd flank to our spawn, kind of trick me. Turns out he wasn't doing that. He's going to hop over this wall very shortly here, and I'm going to kill him. But, I did do everything I could. I played really campy. I watched my bomb site. Unfortunately, it was my teammates that couldn't come up, with the gunfights won. And, that's something that isn't really good when you're playing a more conservative game. Obviously, you have to play camping. You don't want to take any risks at all, but when your teammates are getting picked off on the other side of the map, it kind of leaves you useless in the end. Because if you're in a 1v3, or your team is pushing one bomb site and you're going to watch the flank, Sometimes you will be blamed for not pushing with your team, but that's just a risk you're going to have to take eventually. Obviously the flank has to be watched. And it's funny because there's some people that'll be like, hey, how come you didn't push with us? But that exact round, if somebody would have flanked and killed them, they would have been bitching at you for not watching the flank. So, S&D is, very much luck sometimes. You will get unlucky, you will get lucky sometimes, but you guys just have to get over it as a squad and just make sure that, you'll see that my teammates here are both pushed up together. I'm kind of on the other side of the map, and this is good. This is diversion, and this is why I like playing this playstyle, because while my two guys are in there, I'm in the middle of the map watching the cutoffs. Because I'm a sport, I'm going to tell them where he's coming from. I'm not necessarily going to go for the kill unless I have to. Turns out he comes right to me. But in that situation, what I was going to do is if I saw him, I would have called him out. I wouldn't have gone for him because we had the numbers game. Like I said, numbers are huge in S&D. And, when you're playing... I've been repeating myself a lot, but when you're playing the support role in Search and Destroy, you want to call out and let the aggressive guys do, in that case, do the work. You don't want to lose your life stupidly because, there's been those situations where I've been in the middle of the map, I go for a kill, even though I shouldn't have. I take a stupid shot because we're in a 1v3 situation. I figure, if I die, whatever, there's two other guys to help him off. It doesn't work my way. So even though it's a 1v3 situation, guys, numbers games are huge, but also it can turn bad quickly if you make a stupid move. And that's why when you're in a 1v3 or a 1v2 situation, take advantage of it. Play smart, play as a team, and you will come off with a round win on S&D. So this match is going to end very soon, guys. I hope you guys like this tutorial on how to play conservative in Search and Destroy. If you guys like me to talk about how to play the rusher role / aggressive player role, or the hybrid, which is a mix between aggressive and conservative, just let me know. I have no problem with doing that. There's been a lot of people that have been asking me to do a little breakdown / tutorial of how to play conservative because people notice I do play a really conservative game player type for Search and Destroy, and I do. And I hope you guys liked my perspective on how to play conservative when you're playing Search and Destroy. So I'm Cypher, guys. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. Tell me what you want to see next, and I will see you guys next time.